even Move.
Davis to LIU, top of the arc. Now in the left corner, Gordon, stop and pop three, no good. Lesmond on the defensive glass. Louis Lesmond pushing it up the floor to Christian Henry. Henry stopping at the left wing. Left to right crossover, now stops himself, top of the arc. To Lesmond, deep on the right wing. Now Abbas Bodija subbing in freshly on that right block. Backing down his defender, turns left sideline side, trying to get to the rim, puts up a skyhook, no good on the left hand. Rebound brought in by LIU. They lose the ball in the backcourt. Lesmond has it offensively for Fordham, driving inside and dunking from the left wing. Louis Lesmond, the double clutch slam, gets Fordham back in the lead.
Yeah, a little bit of pizzazz on that one too, Chris. You said it, the double clutch. A little bit of emphasis on that slam.
6-4 lead, 16:41 to go in this first half. Davis, top of the arc to Fuller. To Gordon on the left wing. Gordon fakes a screen, goes baseline, stops at the baseline. Tries to get it back out, eventually does. Goings almost had trouble with it, instead steps into a three, no good, twirling around the rim. Fordham has it defensively, going the other way. Henry once again bringing it up for the Rams, on the right wing. Left around a Schulte screen, finds Schulte on the roll. Schulte lost the ball, got it back out to Lesmond. Lesmond, step back, mid-range jumper, no good. Schulte on the offensive glass, his putback no good, and LIU has it. What a stand defensively for the Sharks. Now coming the other way, alley-oop opportunity is slammed! Shadrick Lasso caught that one out of the air from the right block and destroyed it on the rim.
They're so good in transition, Chris, and it just showed right there the alley-oop in transition, the emphasis on the slam.
6-6, LIU ties this one up, 15:43 to go in the first half. Marcus Green driving left on the left wing, back out to Abbas Bodija. Bodija thought about setting a screen, didn't. Henry, top of the arc, takes a three. No good off back iron. Bodija on the offensive glass. He's blocked at the rim, but I believe it's going to be a goaltending call along with a foul. I believe he didn't actually get the goaltend, so no goaltend on that call, but a foul called, and Abbas Bodija will go to the line for two.
Great job early, Chris.
And sorry to cut you off, Coach Magpile wants a review on that call. We're going to see if he's granted one. I don't think he will be. So both teams going to a timeout, no review.
Yeah, and Chris, a great job early for this Fordham Rams team. Coach Magpile mentioned it before the game, crashing the offensive glass, getting in there, creating some chaos and coming down with some boards. It gives you a chance for second chance points, but also it allows you to stop LIU from going that quickly in transition.
And it's been a decent start, Brendan, for the Fordham Rams. 6-6 tied so far in the early goings of this one. It seemed scoring the ball, specifically in efficiency, which shooting the ball was the problem in the Iona game on Friday. A slight improvement today, even if they still are missing shots.
Yeah, an early improvement, but you look at that Iona game, Fordham really struggled from beyond the arc, and that's something you need to see them kind of get into today, start hitting those shots at a better rate than they were at that Iona game compared to the rest of their season, but that's going to be a big factor in this game.
Fordham 3 for 9 so far from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. Both teams 0 of 2 from 3. Both teams 0 of 4 combined from the three-point line. The three-point line, a really important part of this Fordham team, especially from an efficiency point of view. Fordham needs to stay efficient behind the line.
Yeah, and obviously they have their knockdown shooters. They have their guys who they trust beyond the arc, and it's a big part of the Fordham game. You look at LIU, though, on the other hand, they don't shoot a whole lot of threes, but they are very efficient when they do, so that's going to be a big story going down the stretch.
And this LIU team shooting efficiently so far in the early stages, 15:29 to go in the first half, 6-6 between LIU and Fordham. LIU shooting 3 for 7 from the field so far. It's not even necessarily their efficiency shooting the ball, but the efficiency at getting good looks offensively seems to be a plus for this team.
Yeah, and you look at that alley-oop in transition, for example, a good look, you have a 2v1, you throw it up to your big guy, let him come down with it, but getting good looks. There was one tough shot they made, but the other shot, a good look, an open look where you're able to convert at a high rate.
And talking about some of the guys on that LIU starting lineup, obviously Malachi Davis, the point guard for this team, had 21 points in their last outing. They come off a win against JMU, 88-79. Big win for LIU in their program. Davis had 21 in that game. Jamal Fuller, also the big man for this team, averaging 15 and 5. There's at least 3 guys averaging at least 13 points for this LIU team. A lot of scoring and efficiently as well.
Yeah, a lot of scoring all around. That's the big threat about this LIU team, is there's multiple ways they can go out and beat you. They have multiple guys that can go out and get a bucket. And so that's what makes them such a challenge.
Between Davis, Fuller, and Gordon, it's actually Fuller shooting the least efficiently from the field, and he's still shooting 48%. So a real efficiency from the top of the pile with the Sharks. Basa Bodija now at the line. First appearance at the line for the Fordham Rams this evening. As he makes the first. Now 7-6 Rams, 15:29 to go in this first half.
Bodija, second shot is good. And free throws, Chris, are a thing that you always look back at the end of the game. You look back and, man, I wish I could have had that one. I wish I could have had that one. And it's always the free throws that you look at. Fordham going 2 for 2 and converting on those early.
Fuller has it top of the arc to Porter Brown, deep on the right wing. Porter Brown guarded tightly by Day Reeves. Day Reeves now in the game. Not ruled out tonight. Instead got a bench, started on the bench this evening. Davis going around a screen. Another alley-oop at the rim. This time it was Winnipeg's own Lasso getting there from a beautiful lob for Malachi Davis. The second lob for the Sharks this evening.
And the reason it happened was because of the hard screen set by Lasso at the beginning.
Thought Day Reeves was ruled out of this game. Day Reeves subs into this game. So now it's Christian Henry, Day Reeves in the backcourt for Fordham. Henry has it on the right wing to Day Reeves. Day Reeves has it deep on the left wing. And Kobe Yates, left to right crossover. Mid-range jumper. No good off the right side of the rim. Rebound by LIU defensively. They're coming the other way quick. Malachi Davis, outlet pass in between the trees to Goings, and Goings finishes. Beautiful feed there from Malachi.
And that's where they're going to kill you, Chris. In transition, get down the court, get a quick bucket.
Malachi Davis averaging 3 assists a game so far on the season. Henry gets it to Akira Jacobs, right corner three. It's good. Akira Jacobs, no hesitation from the corner, and he's got the Fordham Rams back in the lead, 11-10. Quick outlet, a quick transition play, going the other way. Goings toughly going to the rim, contested, didn't get the shot to go, but he'll go to the line for 2. Coach Mike Magpio fired up after that play.
Yeah, and we know Coach Magpio, his emphasis was on not letting LIU get out in transition, which after the bucket on the other end by Jacobs in the corner, you had LIU go quickly, get the ball, throw that in, and get down court.
Jomo Goings, the Slippery Rock transfer, first season at LIU. Good there for Goings. Spent his first season at JMU. And seeing Coach Magpio there after that foul, obviously I mentioned he was upset after that play, still yelling at Abbas Bodija going to the bench now. It seems as even we've talked to Coach Magpio the last couple weeks, he wants to get a little more animated on that sideline, have a bit more of a presence on that sideline.
Yeah, he wants to be fiery. He wants to be known by these refs, and he wants to fire up the guys out on the court, and that's what we're seeing him do right now.
The DC native Goings, no good on his second free throw. Score stays the same, 11-11, 13:57 to go in this first half. Henry, top of the arc, going right around a Schulte screen. Fakes right, pulls back, right wing three, it's good! Christian Henry faked the drive, pulled himself back, and hit the tray.
Yeah, great move by Henry, and he created so much space that made that a wide open look for him.
Davis, dribble handoff, Peoples-Brown. Stops at the right block, looks behind him, back out to Malachi Davis. Malachi Davis, left to right crossover, through the right lane, no good at the rim, but it's fouled. But he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Louis Lesmond got a piece of the shot on the way up as well.
Yeah, fantastic job there by Louis Lesmond. Getting in there, making sure the bucket doesn't go. Don't give him the and one. If you're going to foul him, you got to make sure that shot doesn't go in and just make him earn it from the line.
Malachi Davis at the line. Still hasn't scored yet this evening. Coach Magpio kneeling down on the sideline, talking to Abbas Bodija as Malachi misses the first. No good on his first shot for Davis. And Coach Magpio still talking to Abbas Bodija after that play. It seemed, at least in the moment I just witnessed, Magpio really calming down and giving more measured advice to Abbas.
Yeah, and we see him, Magpio obviously known, he knows to give those players, talk to them when they come off. He likes to be a little fairy when these players come off the court, but obviously takes that time, takes that second, calms down, tells him what exactly he wants from him.
Christian Henry and Louis Lesmond subbing out for the Rams. Ryan Pettis making his way in for the first time this evening for Fordham, along with Roar Akar. That one tipped, Akira Jacobs passed inside, tipped away. It'll stay with the Rams on the sideline. Roar Akar, the only true freshman on this roster, getting his first tick of the evening. Also Ryan Pettis, only returner, making double-digit starts last season. Both of them seeing their first minutes tonight.
Yeah, and both having a big impact so far this season, Chris. His team so deep, use all their players.
Rohr gets it on the inbound. Dribble handoff to Day Reeves. Day Reeves has it deep on the right wing. Takes direction from his coach, Magpayo, behind him. Reeves, right to left crossover. Getting in the left of the lane. Finishing with the right hand at the rim. Day Reeves, nifty work offensively.
And Reeves having to go up and around through the trees to find an opening to get that one to go.
Malachi Davis drifting from the top of the arc to the right wing. Dribble handoff. Porter Brown guarded tightly by Pettis. Up at the top of the arc. Fuller's three. No good from the big man. Offensive rebound by Lasu. Second chance for LIU. Pump fake from Fuller. He'll take a left wing three. No good on both on this possession. Davis on the offensive glass, and he finishes it. The point guard, Malachi Davis, doing some work on the offensive glass and getting his team more points.
And Davis, one of the smallest guys out there on the floor, but sprints in, grabs that rebound, and puts it right back up.
Good hustle from the Sharks. Fordham still with a three-point lead. 16-13, 12-18 to go in this first half. Reeves, cross-court pass. Rohr core, left wing three. It's good! The true freshman never hesitates, and that three is good. Hit a three on Friday, continues the luck this evening. And Fordham Rams with a 6-point lead after that shot.
And Day Reeves just showing off his vision on that one, going right, and then switches, goes cross-court left corner to Rohr Carr for the three.
Fordham Rams thought there was a timeout after that play. They all ran to the sideline, ends up being no timeout, so we'll stay here. As I said, a 6-point lead for the Rams, 19-13, 12-11 to go in this first half. LIU shooting 50% from the field, 6 for 12. Fordham Rams also shooting 50% from the field. They're shooting 7 for 14. LIU now has on the left wing. Neal Jr. back to the top of the arc. Gordon, pump fakes on the right block. No good on his shot. Rebound by Schulte. Fordham going the other way. Day Reeves directing his offense from the right wing. Driving inside, out to Schulte. Schulte driving from the top of the arc, spinning and dunking! Rikus Schulte, the UC Riverside transfer, finishing with two hands and getting this Rose Hill crowd on their feet.
Schulte just showing off his pure strength, bodying down low and getting the open look to dunk.
LIU coach Rod Strickland, arms crossed, full suit on the sideline, not happy. Fuller, top of the arc, drives on the much smaller Rohr, got into the lane but gets fouled before the entrance, and that'll be a foul on the floor.
The foul on the floor, he tried to go up and get that one, see if maybe he could try and get an and one, and the ball went in. They're just going to call that one before he went up.
Fordham starting to establish their dominance in this first half. They have a 7-point lead, their largest of the evening, 21-13. They lead over the LIU Sharks, 11:27 left to go in this first half. We'll take a little break from the historic Rose Hill Gym. You're listening to Fordham men's basketball on WFUV Sports. Back here in the Bronx, 21-13, Fordham leading the LIU Sharks, 11:27 to go in this first half. The Fordham Rams really impressive in the early stages of this one. Brendan, we talked about offensive efficiency being a major theme for this Ram team coming into this game. They're currently shooting 8 for 15 from the field, more makes than misses so far for the Rams.
Yeah, that's been their problem, Chris, so far up to this point in the season is just that efficiency, getting those shots to fall, and we've seen it throughout the season, whether it's from inside the arc or outside the arc, the shots just haven't been falling, but Coach Magpayo hasn't been worried. He knows those shots were eventually going to fall, and today we're starting to see that.
The Fordham Rams also shooting 3 for 5 from the three-point line percentage, a major part of what this Fordham team wants to do. Not even on paper. We know how analytical Coach Magpayo can be here with the Rams. It just seems there's a certain energy that Coach Magpayo wants that he's getting in the early stages here.
Yeah, he is definitely getting that energy. It's an intangible, Chris. It's something that is intangible. You can't really see it. You can't see it on tape. You can't see it in the score sheets. But what you're watching from this team out here today is it's an energy. It's a vibe that they have that they're playing with.
LIU gonna inbound it in the front court here. It's gonna be their senior, the Toronto native, Jamal Fuller, taking it out right in front of Coach Magpio and the Fordham bench. 21-13, Fordham Rams lead, 11:27 to go in this first half, just around 1/4 through this evening. Gordon out of the right wing. Starting it off for the Sharks offense to Fuller on the left wing. Ball above his head. Back to Neal, top of the arc. Inside at the free throw line to Goings. His jumper, no good from mid-range. Fordham now going the other way. Outlet pass to Day. Reeves on the right wing. Right to left crossover. Inside amongst the trees. No good on his shot, but forces the guy in the air with the pump fake. Gets to the line for 2.
Yeah, and a great hop step there by Day Reeves. He hop steps, gets under the basket. Then you have 2 defenders, 2 of these LIU big men jumping. And he sees this, and he's a smart player. He takes advantage of this. He waits for them to jump, and then he goes up into them, gets the foul, and now he's shooting 2 from the line.
Day Reeves shooting 2 from the line. As Brendan said, 2 assists in this one, 2 points. As we said, Day, one of, if not the most integral piece to this Fordham roster, as he misses the first free throw there. Was out of action to start this one, was not in the starting lineup, found himself coming off the bench a few minutes ago. As I said, missed on the first free throw. Still 21-13 Rams. Good on the second, splitting a pair at the line.
Yeah, that extends the Rams' lead up to 9 points now.
Rams with their biggest lead of the afternoon, 21-13, 11:05 to go in this first half. Top of the arc, Davis. Now Mirren, top of the arc on the Fordham script logo. Passes on the right wing. Malachi Davis. Davis inside to Peoples. Beautiful bounce pass on the baseline. Another pass to Gordon. Gordon passing it back inside. A bit of hot potato. The ball eventually ends up with Miranda. It's gonna be either a travel or it's gonna be a travel. Travel inside by Isaiah Miranda, the junior, getting his first tick of the afternoon, and that's gonna be back to Fordham.
And Fordham came out in zone there, and LIU does a great job moving the ball, trying to exploit that, trying to manipulate the zone. They just get a little too happy with their feet, end up traveling.
Miranda seeing his first play this afternoon, the Green Bay transfer, has found himself with a certain bench role in this LIU unit. Reeves going right around the screen. Fordham has it offensively. Day Reeves trying to work to get through the right part of the lane, ends up being an offensive foul.
And it was a good move, Chris, by Day Reeves. Slows down for his Euro step, goes up, tries to go up with the right hand. They get called for the foul earlier.
After that play, Day Reeves will sub out of the game along with Ryan Pettis. Christian Henry, along with Marcus Green, will come in for the Rams. A little bit of a different look. Davis plays it to Goings. Goings drifts from the left wing to the top of the arc. Marin, back to Goings. Goings in the right corner. That shot blocked. Lower core. The true freshman getting to that ball in the right corner, and Miranda's rejected.
And that was not an easy rotation there, Chris, by a core coming all the way from the top of the key to get a hand on that one.
True freshman covering a lot of ground. Malachi Davis gets it on the inbound, has it on the right wing, gets picked up on a double team. Schulte and Henry back out, top of the arc, Miranda. Miranda gets it in the left corner to Gordon. Gordon back to Miranda. Now back to Gordon. Gordon has it deep on the right wing. He'll take a 3, no good. It'll be an air ball, and then go back the other way toward the Rams. Gordon taking a long 3 there, and you see it, he's so distinct with that left hand.
Yeah, and Chris, at that point, he looks up, sees the shot clock at 1. He knows that is the only shot available for him to take. Goes ahead and pulls it. We saw him take those in warm-up, and he was hitting some of them. This time just doesn't get it to fall.
An unproductive offensive possession for LIU. Fordham now gets it back. A chance to go up double digits. 22-13, 9:56 to go in this first half. Henry bringing it up out of the backcourt for the Rams. Guarded by Marin, full court. Henry now has the top of the arc. To Green, right wing. Green guarded by the much bigger Fuller. Green in the right corner. To Lesmond. Lesmond gets it inside to Schulte. Schulte out of the right block. Back up top to Green. Skip pass to Henry. Left wing 3. No good. Good ball movement from the Rams. No score. Schulte gets it on the offensive glass. That pass ends up being an errant, and it's going to go the other way toward the Sharks. Rieke Schulte, when all hope seemed lost, still ended up getting that offensive rebound.
And Schulte, with good vision there, sees Akira Jacobs cutting and tries to get him with the bounce pass. But you said it, Chris, that one deflected by an LIU player and then goes off Akira Jacobs' hands.
9:20 and counting on the first quarter clock. 22-13, Rams lead. Henry guarding Davis, back up top to Fuller. Goings, Marin on the right wing. Davis directly next to him on the right wing. Faking left around a screen, going right. Up at the rim, no good on the floater. Bodija on the defensive glass. Bodija, good work using his body there. Henry plays it up top to Green. Green driving through, middle of the lane. Dump pass inside to Jacobs. Jacobs no good under the rim. Goings has it quickly the other way. He's sprinting. Euro step around Bodija, no good at the rim. Bodija on the defensive rebound. Fordham will have it and they'll slow it down offensively.
Yeah, that's what Coach talked about, slowing down, playing your own game.
Lesmond back out to Henry. Henry guarded by Davis, top of the arc. On that Fordham script logo. Now picked up by Marin. Going right around Marin. Through the free throw line, in the middle of the rim, and finishing with the right hand. Right-handed layup for Christian Henry.
And Henry actually loses the handle on this one, but is lucky enough that he sees it, pulls it back towards himself, and is able to go up with it.
The Eastern Michigan transfer has the Fordham lead in double digits. 24-13, 8:08 to go in this first half. Davis on the left wing to Marin. Inside to Fuller at the left elbow. Takes a jumper. It's good. Jamal Fuller, mid-range shot goes, gets LIU back within single digits.
And Fuller is such a smart player. He notices Fordham is still sitting in that zone, goes and sits in the middle for that entry pass, and then has a wide-open jumper from there.
Two-time all-conference player at Hill College, Jamal Fuller. Bodija has it for the Rams offensively. Drives inside with his body, couldn't get the hook shot to go. LIU has it offensively. LIU trying to stack together some stop and scores. Davis behind the back dribble. Fantastic work getting inside. Almost lost it. Turnaround floater. No good with the right hand. Davis missing. Fordham has it the other way. Henry fouled on the right wing on the dribble. That'll stay on the floor. And it'll be on Malachi Davis. Davis, his first of the evening.
Yeah, and it's on a good move by Henry here. Had a little hesitation, and then once he sees Davis bite, pulls through, and if Davis doesn't foul him there, he has a 5-on-4. It's good. Fordham's probably going to get a good look from that, so a good foul there.
Play has continued to stagnate as the lead stays the same. Fordham 24 over LIU's 15, a 9-point lead for the Rams. 7:22 to go in this first half. You're listening to Fordham men's basketball on WFUV Sports. Back at the historic Rose Hill Gym on the beautiful campus of Fordham University and the Fordham Rams. Chris Carino joined by Brendan Shorey. Brendan Shorey making his men's basketball debut on this fine Thursday evening. The Fordham Rams giving you a decent showing for your first game.
They are. I mean, they have a 9-point lead early in this game, 7:22 to go, like you said. But yeah, Chris, a good debut for me. I've done, I think, almost every sport except for men's basketball. I think this is the last one I was knocking off the bucket list today. But the Fordham Rams making it pretty easy on the early.
The t-shirt toss here in the Rose Hill Gym, not the only reason for Fordham Rams fans to be excited. The Fordham Rams shooting 47% from the field to start this one. That's 9 for 19. And from the three-point line, 3 for 6, 50% from three-point land. The Fordham Rams staying consistent and staying efficient from the three-point line. seems like the sky's the limit.
It really does, and you look at the games that they've played so far this year, and if they had shot just a tiny bit better from three, you're left to wonder, would they have won that game? What would the outcome have been different? Today, they're showing it 50% from three today. It's a fantastic mark to start out from.
Fordham Rams up 24-15, 7:22 to go in this first half. Fordham Rams maybe with their hottest start of the season so far. It has been a lot of guys scoring for the Fordham Rams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Fordham Rams in the scoring column so far this evening. Fordham Rams are going to have it offensively out of the timeout. Bodija on the right wing to Marcus Green. Green inside to Bodija, tried to fire it in, ends up flying out of bounds. It'll stay on this side with the Sharks. Decent idea there from Marcus Green.
Great idea, and he got bailed out a little bit by Jomo Goings, instinctually reaching for that ball, letting it go off his fingertips, and then it went out of bounds.
Henry inbounding it under the basket on the left part of the sideline. LIU pass on the inbound to Lesmond, who lays it in. Nifty work there.
Yeah, and Fordham catches LIU sleeping on that inbound right there, Chris.
Malachi Davis gets it into Gordon, back to Davis. To Goings. Goings inside, Fuller outside, Davis, right wing three is good. Beautiful feed from Jamal Fuller, and Malachi Davis knocks it down.
And that pass from Fuller, not even in the shooting pocket, but Davis so good, he's able to react, get the ball, and shoot it from there.
LIU back within 8, 26-18, 6:40 to go in this first half. Henry working deep on the right wing to Bodija, top of the arc. Bodija looking for the dribble handoff, faked it. Pass in the corner, Roar, a core driving sideline. Gets picked up by a double team, and he stepped out of bounds. Turnover for the Fordham Rams.
Yeah, and Chris, when he gets picked up by that double team, he's forced to try and pivot, turn around, spin back, try and find someone, and that's when he does step on that baseline.
And there's some confusion here in the Rose Hill Gym. That one's actually going to stay with the Rams. One of the officials pulled Roar Core aside, explained it to him, so the Fordham Rams will have it on the sideline, under the basket. Henry inbounding it once again on that left side of the sideline. Out to Lesmond, over his head. Lesmond gathers it in the backcourt. Good job to hold on to that one. A core, outlet pass to Henry. 2 seconds on the shot clock. No good on his right corner three. LIU has it offensively, running the other way. Quick pass to Malachi, right corner. No good from Davis. Off the side of the backboard. Now Fordham moving in transition the other way. Henry tried to get it inside. No looker is no good to Bodija. LIU stole it. Gordon going the other way, coast to coast. No good on his layup. The right-hander off the back iron, and Fordham has it defensively.
And Coach Magpie motioning for the team to slow down after that
I
sequence.
need them to slow down. My goodness. 5:50 and counting on the first quarter clock. 26-18. Rams with an 8-point lead. Henry out of the left wing. Going right around the Lesmond screen. Now picked up by Davis. Henry driving right, pushes off on the defender, takes the mid-ranger, but the offensive foul is called. Called it on the call there that he pushed off. Referee agreed with me.
Yeah, that just extends that arm a little too much. A little nudge of the shoulder is perfectly fine, but Henry, almost a full extension of that left arm.
It's going to be Christian Henry, Roar Core subbing out along with Marcus Green. 3 Rams coming off the floor, take a seat. Be Pettis, Day Reeves, Enrique Schulte, 3 guys coming back on the floor for the Rams. As I said, 8 Fordham Rams in the scoring column this evening. No one with more than 5 points. Goings on the left wing, guarded by Reeves. To Davis, right wing. Pettis, nice closeout for Fordham. Into Fuller. Fuller back out to Goings. Goings leaves his feet, gets it to Fuller. Fuller jab step, gets to the left elbow. No good on his mid-ranger. Abbas Bodija brings it down defensively. Day Reeves in transition. Hop step at the right block, and a pass to Enrique Schulte leads to a layup. Good play from those 2 transfers.
And Reeves so smart. He sees both defenders come towards him, pump fakes, and then finds the open guy right under the basket.
Gordon now at the top of the arc for the LIU offense. Goings getting it to Malachi Davis. Going right around to Goings screen. That 3, no good from Davis. Pettis has it on the offensive glass. All the way out to around the top of the arc. Pettis all alone in the backcourt. To Day, wide open on the left wing. That 3 is good. Beautiful feed from Pettis, beautiful shot from Day Reeves.
Yeah, a fantastic look there from Fordham. A great pass over to Day Reeves, hits that shot and forces a timeout.
Fordham Rams move in and with momentum. 4:31 to go in this first half. 31-18, Fordham Rams with the lead. We're going to send it back to the Rose Hill Studios, this time for a scoreboard update with Kate Cox. Take it away, Kate. I'm Sophia Smith from the sideline.
I'm Sophia Smith from the sidelines. Although their offense has kept them ahead in this game so far, Fordham has been slightly lacking on the defensive end. If there's anything Coach Magpio has repeated throughout this game, going back to even before tip-off, it has been to get to the paint. What's happening is Fordham takes their shot and then fails to defend, while the Sharks take it the other way. When this happens, Magpio is seen pointing down the court to emphasize the Rams and to stop backpedaling and get to the paint to match up with their man. In every single timeout so far, Magpio has written in big block letters on his board, "Turn and sprint to the paint." Definitely something to keep an eye on going forward.
Fantastic work there from Sophia Smith. Her first time on the sideline, acted like a pro. As she was giving that update, Jamal Fuller got inside on Rika Schulte, absorbed the contact, and finished. It was an and one for Jamal Fuller. Fuller now going to the line, trying to complete his three-point play. LIU within 11, 31-20.
Yeah, LIU starting to try and dig out of this hole that they've already gotten themselves into, Chris.
Fuller 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist on the evening so far. Fuller hasn't been to the line this evening, makes his first. 1 for 1 at the line for Jamal Fuller. Fordham now with a 10-point lead, 31-21, 4:18 to go in this first half.
And LIU already going with a full court press, trying to trap in the backcourt as well.
That's going to be a foul deep on the right wing. That one's going to go on Goings. Jomo Goings, the DC native. Fordham will stay with it.
And Goings was not happy at all about that call. Does not think that he fouled him.
Day Reeves going to inbound it from deep on the right wing into Schulte, top of the arc. Schulte gets it back to Day. Day threw right through the middle of the lane. It was wide open. Almost took me off guard. Sure, it took Day off guard. He gets the bucket. Fordham back above at 12. 33-21. 5:56 to go in this first half. Gordon stopping at the left block, spinning and shooting. No good on his shot. Rika Schulte will receive the foul.
Yeah, Chris, you look back at that inbounds play. Just a simple give and go between Day Reeves and Schulte. Gives it to Schulte out at the top of the key, fakes to come around for it, and then immediately cuts wide open.
It's going to be a timeout on the floor. I believe that one's going to be the Fordham Rams. Fordham Rams 33, LIU Sharks 21, 3:52 to go in this first half. Fordham Rams playing well, looking to try to continue that momentum. It seems the shot, at least from a field goal percentage perspective, is still working, and at least down the stretch of this first half, they've been very consistent.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to get open looks. Like you look at that last possession, whether it was just right off the inbound, Day Reeves, the good cut, gets an open look right by the basket, or whether you look at the three-pointers that they've hit today, cross-court passes, screen and pick and rolls, anything that they're trying to go for, they're getting good looks and they're getting open.
Fordham Rams still holding on to a 12-point lead. We've talked throughout the entire season, Brendan, about how this Fordham team has struggled to hold on to leads, to hold on to dominance throughout these games. What is different about this evening?
It seems like, at least at this point, their foot is still on the gas, Chris. They're not letting up at all. They're continuing to put pressure on LIU, both offensively and defensively. They're going to keep scoring until LIU finds some way to stop them.
LIU going to need to find a way to stop them. 33 points for the Fordham Rams. A decent total. They're shooting 13 for 24 from the field, 4 for 8 from the three-point line. And as I said before, not a single player really standing out for the Fordham Rams from a scoring perspective, but 8 guys scoring for this Fordham team. It's Dede Reeves leading this team, and he only has 8 points.
Yeah, 8 guys scoring, so well-rounded, Chris. A very balanced point of attack for Fordham, and it's such a benefit to have a team where you're able to do that, because then you force the defense, the LIU defense, to not know where that ball's going, not know who the points are going to be coming from. A much more balanced attack throws the defense for a lot bigger of a loop.
And we saw a slightly different starting lineup today, Brendan, for the Fordham Rams. It was Henry, Schulte, Jacobs, Lesmond, and Green. I think Akira Jacobs and Marcus Green, the 2 Hawaii transfers, the 2 guys most surprised at this point in the season that they have these starting roles. Obviously, Dede Reeves didn't start in this one. Zarik Nutter is out with an injury. Both those guys not available for the starting lineup. And Akira Jacobs and Marcus Green doing a decent job in those guys' place.
Yeah, they're playing well, and you look at especially Marcus Green, he's pushing the pace for this Fordham offense. Whenever you don't have Dede Reeves out there, whenever you don't have Christian Henry out there, Marcus Green's been pushing the pace, keeping this Fordham offense going, getting them down the court. And then you look at Akira Jacobs, he's hit a couple of big shots. He's doing a great job in his well-deserved start.
And as our timeout ends here, play will slowly start coming back. Rory Kohler, another guy I'd love to talk about. The only true freshman on this roster has only taken 1 shot in this game, only 5 minutes, and made that one from the corner with a 3.
But you know what? He's finding other ways to make an impact as well. You look at the block down the corner on the three-pointer from LIU, just his presence out there on the offensive and defensive side.
Ryan Pettis finding himself back out there for the Rams as Gordon makes his first from the line. After that made free throw, LIU still down 11, 33-22, 3:52 to go in this first half. Gordon on the second, nothing but net. Beautiful free throw there, and the Fordham Rams get it back offensively, up 10. Ryan Pettis, the only guy to be in action for the Rams and not score today. And that one's stolen by Gordon in the backcourt. Pettis gets it back by diving on the ground. Almost a turnover for the Rams. Pettis got it right back.
Huge turn of events there, the turnover, and then Pettis forces LIU to turn the ball back over to them.
Pettis been known for his hustle all season long, showing it again there. Lesmond has it now on the left wing, has trouble with it, out to Dede Reeves. Reeves has it, right corner to Pettis. Pettis wide open, pump fakes to Lesmond, skip pass to Jacobs, left corner 3, no good. Abbas Bodija fighting on the glass, couldn't quite hold on to it. Malachi Davis defensively gets it on the glass and is going the other way. Davis pump fakes, then passes it to Fuller. Fuller has it, top of the arc. To Porter Brown, left wing, back out to Davis. Davis will restart the offense. He looks to Rod Strickland, who gives him direction. Malachi drifting over to the right wing, going left around to Fuller's screen, finds Fuller on the roll, no good on the shot, but Fuller will go to line for 2, fouled on the way up. It was Bodija and Lesmond to double him going through the lane.
Yeah, really tough shot there from Fuller, goes up, you mentioned it, Chris, into 2 guys, and a smart player, he's going to know, just distort your body in any way you can, try and get that call. You know the odds of making that shot are going to be pretty low. Try and get that call and go to the line.
Jamal Fuller, good on his first free throw. The Toronto, Ontario, Canada native, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in this one so far. That's a game-high 10 points for Fuller. Fuller, all NEC second team last season as he makes his second free throw. 21 points and 8 rebounds in their last effort against JMU. That was season highs for both. Also 3 for 4 from the three-point line in that one as well. That's a big boy to be shooting 3 for 4 from the three-point line.
Those are the dangerous ones, Chris.
Green driving sideline, passing it back out. Dede Reeves had it on the right wing. Kick ball violation will keep it with the Rams on this side.
Yeah, Dede Reeves tries to go for a crossover as Malachi Davis is closing out, and Davis, smart play, illegal play, but smart play. Get his foot out there, stop Dede Reeves from getting into the paint.
Malachi Davis, fantastic season last season, All-NEC selection, All-NEC All-Tourney team as well. Fantastic tourney as LIU lost in the semifinal.
Griffin, can you hear us? Griffin, can you hear us?
Back here at the Rose Hill Gym, just moments away from second half action. Rams lead 38-29 over the LIU Sharks. But first, before we get to that, of course, we're going to send it back to the sideline.
Shifting our focus off the court for a moment, the historic Rose Hill Gym is packed tonight with fans of all ages. Lots of families in the house, and this is in part thanks to tonight being Staff and Faculty Appreciation Night for the Rams. That's right, this game is dedicated to the teachers and staff that helped this team successfully stay on top of their academics. In fact, 2 years ago, Fordham's athletics teams were recognized by the NCAA for high academic achievement, with men's basketball posting a perfect score of 1,000 in the academic progress report. As a reward for everything they do, staff and faculty were gifted free tickets to tonight's game, and boy are the Rams showing them what they can do.
Thank you, Sophia. Another debut for us on the sideline. She was once again fantastic. Me and Brendan Shore are going to take you through the rest of the action in the second half. We're going to first recap that first half. That first half, really great for the Fordham Rams. As good of a first half from a morale perspective as you've had all season for the Rams. The Rams come out 38 points in that first half. Not only did they score 38 points, they scored an efficient 38 points. Looking at the team stats, Fordham Rams shooting 53.8% from the field. That's 14 for 26. They're 4 for 9 from 3. That was a fantastic first half from the three-point line and just in general shooting the basketball. Fordham Rams holding on to a 9-point lead. Haven't seen a lead against D1 competition this large after a first half so far this season. Fordham finds themselves as firmly in the driver's seat against D1 competition as they have all season long. And we're going to, I don't know how we've gotten this lucky, we're going to send it back for another sideline update with Sophia Smith. Take it over, Sophia.
Shifting our focus off the court for a moment, the historic Rose Hill Gym is packed tonight with fans of all ages. Lots of families in the house, and this is in part thanks to tonight being Staff and Faculty Appreciation Night for the Rams. That's right, this game is dedicated to the teachers and staff that helped this team successfully stay on top of their academics. In fact, 2 years ago, Fordham's athletic teams were recognized in the NCAA for high academic achievement, with men's basketball posting a perfect score of 1,000 in the academic progress report. As a reward for everything they do, staff and faculty were gifted free tickets to tonight's game, and boy are the Rams showing them what they can do.
Sophia, as good as it was the first time. Fantastic stuff all night long. We'll hear from her at least 2 more times this evening. Brendan Shorey back with me here in the Rose Hill Gym. 9-point lead after that first half. As I was saying, maybe as great of a morale first half as Fordham has had all season long.
Yeah, it definitely was, and it really all goes back to how efficient they were from both the field and from beyond the arc. I mean, you look at how well they shot the ball in that first half, and of course that's going to make you efficient, but that's also going to get you in a rhythm. It's going to bring the momentum to your side. You're going to be more motivated to come out in the second half and play just as well too, Chris.
This Fordham Ram team, as I said, very efficient from the field, but you even look at other statistical categories, 19 rebounds in that first half, 15 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. Both these teams 4 offensive rebounds apiece. It's only been 4 rebounds apiece offensively, but it seems when their second chance comes for both of these offenses, they've taken advantage.
Yeah, they definitely have, and the offensive boards aren't especially there for either team, but you look at this LIU team coming into this game, and Coach Magpio told us this before the game too, Chris. It's a team that has kind of struggled this year with defensive rebounding, allowing teams to go and crash the offensive glass, get offensive boards, get second chance points. Fordham has started to take advantage of that early in this game, and that's going to be something to look forward to in the second half.
Looking at the rest of the stat sheet going into that second half, similar amount of turnovers for both teams. Fordham with 6 and LIU with 5. The number that sticks out to me the most, Brendan, is the points off turnovers. Fordham only with 2 points off turnovers. LIU with 0 points off turnovers. So even if Fordham has turned over the ball 6 times, they've done a good job not letting it hurt them too much.
Yeah, and typically that's where you see those teams get out in transition and get a bucket, and that's what this LIU team is known for too, Chris. Their speed, how fast-paced they are when they play the game, and so to have 0 points off turnovers in that first half, that has to be a testament to the way that Fordham's getting back, getting into the paint, and making it hard for LIU.
3 guys with multiple fouls in this one to keep a keen eye on in that second half. It's Goings, the only player, Jomo Goings, only player on LIU with multiple fouls. And for Fordham, 2 fouls for Christian Henry, 2 fouls for Rika Schulte. Those two cannot pick up a foul too quickly in the second half. 3 fouls really put you in a dangerous situation.
Yeah, and you want all your guys to be out there, or at least have a chance to be out there for the second
Playing
half.
free.
Playing free, exactly.
LIU going to start it off for the second half. It's, of course, Malachi Davis leading the Sharks offense. Gets it to Fuller, popping out at the top of the arc. Guarded by the much smaller Green. Dribble handoff, right wing, Goings. Loses the ball. Lesmond has it on the ground. Lesmond now going to have it going the other way. Henry starting the offense for Fordham. 38-29 coming out of the half. Rams lead. Henry out of the top of the arc. In the middle of that script Fordham logo. Now drifting over to the right wing. Still has it. 14 on the shot clock. Back to Green, top of the arc. Green skip past the Lesmond left wing. Back to Green right wing. Pump fake, a drive, a stop at the left elbow. Jumper is good. Couple pump fakes eventually go from the left elbow for Green. Good more mid-range work from both these teams.
Great mid-range work. A defender in his face, hand in his face, but fading away is able to hit it.
LIU and Fordham appreciating the lost start of the mid-range. Pass in the left quarter to Gordon. Skip pass to Goings. Goings out of the left wing, driving inside. Reverse layup, finishing on the right side. No good on the shot, but he'll get fouled on the way up. 2 shots for Jomo Goings.
Yeah, and Fuller was sitting at the top of the key, wide open, but Fordham does a good job taking that pass away, forcing Goings to drive. Goings, though, does a good job getting up, drawing the foul, and going to the line.
Jomo Goings, 3 points, 1 rebound this evening. Goings, the Slippery Rock transfer, as he makes the first. First season at JMU, he was redshirted in his freshman season, then found himself at Slippery Rock, now finds himself at LIU, a major part of this LIU team. 2 for 3 at the line so far this evening. Makes that 3 for 4. Second one good for Goings. Back to a 9-point lead for the Rams, 40-31, 18:58 to go in this first half.
And Chris, on the Jumbotron, they were showing if the opposing team misses 2 free throws in the second half, free Chick-fil-A for all. The crowd wants that, Chris.
Green on the right wing, guarded by Gordon. Jab step to the right, a fake. Back to the right wing. Cross-court pass, Lesmond. Left wing 3. No good on the catch and fire, and a rebound defensively for LIU. They're coming the other way with speed. Gordon catches it at the left wing. Cross-court pass. Fuller stops his dribble. Pass to the cutting Goings. Goings loses the ball out of bounds, and that's going to go back toward Fordham. Good offense there from LIU. Better defense from the Fordham Rams.
Yeah, that's a good look inside from Fuller, getting the bounce pass inside to Goings. Goings just loses the handle, gets it knocked out of his hand maybe, but turns the ball over.
Lesmond handling the ball a lot here in the second half. He gives it to Christian Henry. Henry directing the offense with his hands. Guarded tightly by Gordon, picking up a foul really far from the rim. Deep on the right wing. Snatches through to the right. Gordon a little too close with his hands, picking up the foul.
And very smart play. It's something that we see Chris Paul do a lot in the NBA is when you have a defender who has their hand on you, swing your arms through them, try and draw that foul.
Very smart play. Henry inbounding it right in front of us. You can see the threads on his jersey. He's that close. Rika Schulte picks it up, back to Henry on the inbound. Henry deep on the right wing. Still a 40-31 lead, 18 minutes to go in the second half. Henry left around a green screen, now at the left wing, dancing on his defender. Driving left to right, finishing at the right block. Christian Henry with the right-handed layup.
Yeah, and Malachi Davis, the guy on him there, Henry just puts his shoulder into him, bodies him, and gets to the rim.
Goings has his pass tipped to the left corner. That'll stay here with LIU.
Day Reeves now checking in, Chris.
Marcus Green coming off.
Day Reeves, a guy who Coach Magpie wants to have either one of him or Henry out on the floor for a majority of the game. Right now you got both of them out there.
Gordon in the paint, outside, top of the arc, Lassu, no good on the three. It'll be out of bounds on the baseline. LIU wanted it to be theirs. It ends up being Fordham's. Fordham will have it the other way. Christian Henry taken out in the backcourt.
Yeah, just a tussle underneath the hoop there for that one. Going off a bunch of different arms. Fordham's going to take it, though.
Christian Henry now has it in the backcourt. Guarded for 94 feet by Gordon. Jacobs, dribble handoff. Another dribble handoff. Day Reeves passes it back up top, resetting to Henry. Henry drifting to the right wing, going through the right side of the lane. No good. Got no good on the shot, but got bumped on the way. And that'll be a foul on Mason Porter-Brown, the Indian River transfer. That one gonna be on the floor. It'll be inbounded under the basket.
And Henry does a good job on that drive.
Henry thinks it's a free throw. He will not get free throws.
He was walking to that free throw line. He was wanting it.
Oh, he actually will.
It looks like he will get it.
Yeah, both teams now in the bonus. Right, or just the Fordham Rams, or neither team in the bonus, actually. Looking back on it, a shooting foul. I don't really understand. I'm a little perplexed because I don't understand how that's a shooting foul. I'm assuming that's what they called here, as the first free throw is good from Henry.
Like.
But he was bumped way before the shot attempt.
I'm assuming they're going to call it on the gather. That's what I would guess. They're calling it on the gather, which would put him at the line.
Henry made the first, 8 points this evening, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Henry, second from the line, is good. Nothing but net. Sends up prayer hands to the ceiling of the Rose Hill Gym here. Christian Henry really happy with making those free throws. Henry has had some trouble at the free throw line this season. And no good on the shot on the baseline from Porter Brown. He'll be fouled on the mid-range shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Day Reeves on the foul. That'll be his second of the evening.
Yeah, Chris, you mentioned Henry at the line. Only coming into this game, shooting only 50% from the free throw line. So very happy for him to watch those two both fall.
13 points for Jamal Fuller. He's more than leading the game by a lot. Only one other player in double digits. First free throw, no good for Mason Porter-Brown. Mason Porter-Brown, only guy to rock a headband in this unit that plays for this LIU squad. 2 seasons at Indian River. 16-6 in his sophomore season last season as his second free throw goes.
And another guy who has kind of struggled this year from the free throw line, 56% coming into this game for Porter Brown.
18 points in their game, their win against IU Indy earlier this season. It'll be Lesmond taking it out from the backcourt, moving quickly inside. Bounce pass to Schulte, dropped it off. Schulte tried to lay the hammer with the slam. It was rejected, but a foul called. Schulte will go to the line. Almost a highlight play from the Rams there.
And Fuller decided to jump with Schulte on that one. A very bold choice. Fuller obviously complaining about that call, not thinking that that should have been a foul. But a very brave choice. Fuller goes up with Schulte to force him to the line.
Fordham still holding on to their largest lead of the night, 12, 44-32. Rams lead LIU, 17:05 to go in this first half. Schulte at the line, 4.6 rebounds, 2 assists so far this evening. His first time at the line. No good on the first, rattling in and out. Schulte deemed the king of hustle this offseason in their offensive and defensive glass drills over the summer. Coach Magpie and his unit. Schulte transferring with Coach Magpie from UC Riverside, and it's done a great job so far. Slotting in for Jack Whitbourne in that 5 role. Jack Whitbourne, the big man for this unit. Schulte taking his space.
Yeah, and he's done so well for
as he made the second free throw. So. It's now Fuller, top of the arc, to Gordon, deep on the left wing. Gordon has it top of the arc through the right side of the lane, bumping Akira Jacobs and putting up the shot. The bump indicates a foul, and Akira Jacobs taking the plunge for his squad. Fordham Rams going the other way. Coach Magpie very excited about that one.
You know who else was excited, Chris? Akira Jacobs got up with a huge smile on his face. Coach McPile had been waiting for one of these Fordham Rams to take a charge like that.
Haven't taken a plunge all season. Talked about that with Coach pregame. Finally got one. Still a 13-point lead for the Rams, 45-32, 16-38 in this second half. Christian Henry working deep out of the left wing. Guarded by Lassu, the much bigger Lassu. Fakes the pump fake to Akira Jacobs, left wing. Gets it inside to Schulte. That one was intercepted. As it was intercepted, a step out of bounds by Gordon. It's going to stay with the Rams. LIU continuing to be unlucky.
Yeah, and Fordham trying to get it down low to Schulte, but you have Gordon coming off that back corner, sees this, and goes over and double teams while that ball's in midair, gets his hand in there, pokes it out.
Greg Gordon subbing out for his backcourt partner, Malachi Davis. Fordham will be inbounding it from under the basket, the left side of the sideline. Jacobs from the inbound, it's good! Akira Jacobs from the left corner, another three for the big man, and the Fordham Rams out to a 16-point lead, 48-32, 16-16 in this second half.
He takes the charge. He hits the three from the corner. Akira Jacobs is doing it all right now.
Between Akira Jacobs and Rora Core, the big man lacking to hesitate on these jumpers. Been big for the Rams. No good on the right corner from Porter Brown for LIU. Fordham on the rebound. Fordham going the other way, continuing to get together stops and scores. Henry going left around to Jacobs' screen. Now in the left wing. Directly next to him to Day-Day. Day-Day Reeves working right around a Schulte screen. Right to left crossover. Now has it on the sideline. Back out to Schulte. Schulte faking the dribble handoff. Driving inside. Spinning at the right block. No good on the right-handed hook. Akira Jacobs fighting on the glass. And a foul there from Akira Jacobs. A little too tough on the glass. And I'll go back possession to LIU. You would have thought it was possession Fordham, Brendan, after that play. The Fordham coaches excited about the hustle of Akira Jacobs.
Yeah, and that's something they've been preaching is they want to see these guys dive it on balls. They want to see that hustle, that grit out there on the court. Exactly what Akira Jacobs just showed. And, yeah, he got called for it, but a good sign for this Fordham team that you have players out there actually going out, playing hard, diving for those loose balls.
Fordham continuing to compound on their lead. It's now 48-32. Fordham Rams lead the traveling Sharks of LIU. 15:34 to go in this second half. You're listening to Fordham men's basketball on WFUV Sports. We're going to keep it here in the Rose Hill Gym. A little too short, only a 30-second here in the Rose Hill Gym, so we'll keep it here. Brendan, continuing to expand on their dominance of this game. It's been really hustle, at least to me, with my naked eye. It seems like hustle has been the leading indicator for this Fordham team's success, especially in this second half.
Yeah, and it's the things that don't show up on the stat sheet, Chris. It's after you turn the ball over, it's getting back on defense, getting back in the paint, and forcing LIU to slow the ball down, running their half-court offense. You know, that or forcing tough looks trying like on the turnovers, in the fast break offense, forcing tough looks there. It's the diving for the loose balls in this last rebound right here by Akira Jacobs. It's stuff like that that you're not going to see when you look at the box score after the game. That's really been kind of turning the tide for Fordham today.
Yeah, and looking at that box score, we've kind of been keeping tabs on it all game long, and it continues to really not change. The Fordham Rams continuing to shoot the ball efficiently, 51% from the field now, and that's deep now in the second quarter. 13 for 33, 17 scores on 33 attempts from the field, 4 for 12 from 3, so that number has slightly dissipated, but the consistency of this offense in general has persisted throughout this game.
Yeah, and you can see them even come out in the second half, and they're trying to get the ball down low to their guys like Schulte down there, trying to work the ball down low, and what that does is that opens up the three ball from the outside. That's where you see guys like Akira Jacobs get open looks from the corner, where we've seen him hit one recently, hits one, but it's a very complimentary type of offense.
And we've heard from Coach Magpio through the last couple weeks, whether it's Rora Core, whether it's Akira Jacobs, he wants these guys to be getting the ball in the perimeter and shooting it. No hesitation. Regardless of how efficient they are, regardless if it goes in, he wants that sort of mentality. We're seeing it this evening.
We absolutely are seeing it. They are shooting no hesitation. We saw it earlier. Akira Jacobs took his first three of the game, was contested. It was a contested three, but he hit it, and he had no fear. As soon as he caught that ball, went up with it, shot it, got it to go, and that's the type of shooting you need from a team.
And one underrated stat when looking at the rest of the stat sheet, 6 for 13, 4 missed free throws for LIU. Obviously, they're down 16 a whole lot, but those 4 free throws would help. Can't leave points on the board if you're the Sharks.
Yeah, and I mentioned it earlier, Chris, that's what you look back at after the game is You look back at those missed free throws. You look back at those missed points. Like, I really wish I had at least one or two more of those.
Malachi Davis guarded by Pettis to start after the timeout. The top of the arc drifting to the left wing. Up top, LIU. LIU on the right wing to Porter Brown. Porter Brown going left around the screen. Guarded by Bodija at the left block. Blocked. Bodija gets that one to go out of bounds off Porter Brown. And Bodija forcing the turnover with the block. Abbas Bodija pumped up after that play.
And so is Coach Magpio over there on the sideline. The entire coaching staff all got out of their seats after that block. A fantastic play on the defensive end.
The hustle, the grit, the character of this Fordham team this evening really amping up this coaching staff. Pettis taking it up for the Rams. Gives it to Bodija. Bodija has it top of the arc. As far as he'll have it from the basket, usually. Lesmond gets faked on the dribble handoff. Pettis now has it. Lob pass inside to Schulte. Reverse layup, finishing on the right side of the basket. Rikus Schulte, fantastic work after a fantastic lob pass.
Yeah, and he notices Fuller go up with him on the front side, has to go around and get the reverse layup to go. Smart play by Schulte.
14:38 to go in this second half. 50-32 Rams lead. On the left baseline. Seemed like Jomo Goings backing in to Pettis toward trying to get into the paint, back too far into him and ran him over. It'll be a foul on Pettis. It'll stay here with LIU.
Yeah, Pettis doing his best there to replicate that Akira Jacobs charge there. He goes down. This one just doesn't go in Fordham's favor.
Malachi Davis on the left part of the sideline, inbounding that one. Now ends up on the left block. LIU back out. Davis guarded by Pettis, right to left crossover, getting in the lane. He's rejected by Pettis from behind. Second chance on the offensive glass, no good from Gordon at the rim. Rebound defensively by Pettis. Good work from the Rams defensively. Pettis slowing down the offense slightly, guarded by Goings past half court. Pettis deep on the left wing. In the Kobe 10, low top Kobe 10 goes left to right as Pettis tries to evade the defenders, takes a mid-range jumper, no good from the right elbow. Dede Reeves is on the offensive glass, his mid-ranger goes. That offensive rebound falling all the way out to the free throw line, and Dede Reeves cleans it up. And a layup quickly on the other end from Gordon, no good, getting wedged on the right side of the rim. Second chance point from Shadrick LIU goes.
And offensive rebounds on both possessions there on both sides. You have Fordham, Dede Reeves gets that one to go, and then you have LIU down there with the third chance points.
Still an 18-point lead for the Rams, 52-34, 13:20 to go in this second half. Pettis, dribble handoff, Reeves coming out of the left wing, stopping at the free throw line, no good from the mid-range. Schulte tries to get it up on the putback, no good, passes it back out to Reeves. Reeves Euro stepping and is rejected. LIU read the Euro step and sent that one into the second row.
Yeah, Reeves fakes right, tries to go left. That comes after Schulte with a couple of missed putback attempts. Ends up finally getting the rebound afterwards and pulling it back out, sending it back out to Dede Reeves for that look.
Louis Lesmond taking a little break. He's gotten a lot of ticks so far this evening. Marcus Green coming back in the game for the Rams. Green, Pettis, Rohr, Abbas, and taking it out, Dede Reeves on the left sideline, under the basket. Green back out to Rohr Akor has it on the left wing. Dribble handoff to Reeves. Reeves directing his offense, drives left, in between defenders, pushed in the lane. He's on the ground. A foul is called, and that'll be another foul on the LIU defense. Reeves calling off the screen from Abbas Bodija there, and then driving inside, getting fouled.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell if Reeves maybe stepped on a foot or got pulled down, but ends up going down at the very end of that play, and that's what drew the foul.
And Reeves coming out of the game after that play. Reeves out of the last game against Manhattanville with an injury. Sure, Coach Magpio trying to stay as cautious as they can with their All-Patriot League preseason player. Henry subs in for him. He'll take it out on the baseline, under the basket. Green gets it, left corner, his three. No good on the catch and shoot. Rohr there on the offensive glass. Skip pass. Green left corner, no good, misses again, and Gordon's there on the defensive glass. Pushing up ahead, Davis, inside out dribble, inside and finishing on Pettis. Good work there offensively for Malachi Davis. Come to expect a lot of offensive fireworks from Davis. Haven't seen many this afternoon.
Yeah, and Davis is one of those guys who really pushes the ball in transition, and that's where we just saw it now, but Chris, you mentioned we haven't seen it a whole lot this afternoon. LIU hasn't been able to get out in transition as much as they would have liked to.
Henry taking it out of the backcourt. Guarded tightly in the backcourt by Marin. Henry still has it on the right wing. On the opposite wing to Akor. To Pettis. Pettis lob pass inside. Abbas Bodija double teamed and rejected inside. LIU stringing together some stops. Malachi Davis faking a pass at the right wing, driving inside, and he's fouled by the hounding Henry. It'll be a foul on Fordham on the ground defensively. That'll stop the clock and also send us to a media timeout. 52-36, Fordham still holding on to a commanding lead here in the historic Rose Hill Gym. 11:57 to go in this second half. We're going to send it back to the Rose Hill studios for another scoreboard update with Ari Prashad. Take it over, Ari. Back here at the Rose Hill Gym, 11:57 to go in the second half. The Rams commanding 52-36 over the LIU Sharks. Chris Carino, always a pleasure to be joined by my partner, Brendan Shorey. Brendan Shorey doing his first men's basketball game tonight. Brendan, I know you've seen from afar, not inside, how this Fordham team has played so far this season. A bit of a change in character and how dominant they've been this evening.
Very much so, Chris. A big change, and I want to say it's kind of the vibe surrounding the team. It's the aura of the team that's kind of different.
The aura.
It is the aura. I'm giving them an aura shout right now. This team has an aura about them tonight that it's something we haven't seen as much of this season and even in the past couple of years, Chris. But it's nice to see tonight, and I think it plays a big part in why they're up so much right now.
I think arguably the biggest indicator of that aura for this Fordham team, 43 shots taken by the Rams, 20 made by the Rams. That's a high percentage for the Fordham Rams. Obviously, still not doing their best from the three-point line, 5 for 15. But when you're talking generally about this offense, a really efficient round to play this evening.
Yeah, very efficient. It's something that we haven't seen a whole lot of this season. And I know we've talked about it already, but you go back to some of these games, you go back to that Iona game where you just say maybe one or two more threes fall, and that's a different game. But today you look at how this team's playing, how efficient they are, you're not left wondering.
LIU inbounding from under the basket. It'll be an offensive foul. It'll be Ryan Pettis taking the plunge, fixing his jaw, hands on his jaw. Must have gotten hit in the face. And after that play, he was the only guy on the deck picking up the offensive foul.
And on the inbound too, Chris, a missed opportunity right there for LIU.
52-36 Rams with still a large lead. 11:52 to go in this second half. Green working out of the left wing. Pass up top for Akor. Dribble handoff. Pettis back up top, Green. Green has it on the right wing. Driving to the right side of the lane. Stops, turns around, back to Henry. Christian Henry deep on the right wing. Guarded tightly, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Step back three, no good, air ball. Rebound under the basket by Goings. Goings, outlet pass to Gordon. Gordon reaching in the air to grab that one. Kicked it back behind him for Marin. Marin misses the three. And a foul in the backcourt. Overzealous Trayshawn Shepard reaching in on Abbas Bodija and getting a foul for LIU. LIU continuing to compound those fouls. Now their 7th foul.
Continue to compound them, but you look back at that last play, Chris. Greg Gordon, almost a circus-like feat there. Goes up, grabs the ball out of midair, and does a 180 while in midair to get that ball out to the perimeter. Doesn't go LIU's way, though.
I believe LIU, after that foul, is in the bonus. It'll be Abbas Boja going to the line for a 1-and-1. Still a 52-36 lead for the Rams, 11:16 to go in this second half. Abbas Boja going to the line for the third time this evening. No good on his first. 3 for 4 at the line, now 3 for 5 at the line. Goings moving quickly for LIU the other way. Neal top of the arc. Dribble handoff back to Goings. Goings gets it to Davis. Malachi Davis working it to the left corner. Gordon. Gordon moving, drifting to the top of the arc. Back in the right corner, Neal. Neal floater in the right lane, gets it to go. Neal with a beautiful floater off glass, and he keeps LIU competitive. 52-38, 10:50 to go in the second half.
Yeah, he does a great job. Gets his defender to go with the screen, rejects it, goes right, and gets that open look.
Christian Henry communicating with his head coach, top of the arc. Dribble handoff to a Core. Core gets it to Bodeja. Bodeja, dribble handoff, Day Reeves, left wing. And Christian Henry, same spot. Rolling into the middle of the lane, goes through the middle of the paint and finishes at the rim, plus the foul. Little TikTok dance to accompany that fantastic play. No, got a pop out of Brendan Shorey, and one for the Fordham Rams and Christian Henry.
Yeah, Henry does a fantastic job here. He gets downhill, gets the defender up in the air with his pump fake, and he's so smart, he knows to jump into him, get the open layup, and then you mentioned it, Chris. A little TikTok dance to recap.
What did he hit there? What did he hit there?
I don't know the name.
Now it's going to be inbounded under the basket by LIU. After the stoppage of play, it's going to be Jomo Goings on the right side of the sideline, under the basket, right side of the baseline, under the basket. Goings, parallel with the right block. Coach Magpio not happy with the officials. Some arguing happening at midcourt. And he's going to get Rikus Schulte to sub on here. I think Magpie a little upset not being able to get that sub in, ends up being able to get it in anyway. Christian Henry taking a seat on that substitution. Goings, parallel with the right block, inbounding it to Neal, right corner. Neal snatching to the left, back to Davis, deep on the right wing. Davis guarded by Day. Goes left around Reeves through the middle of the lane, gather step, almost gets him to the rim. Instead, he's fouled on the floor, and it'll continue to stay on this side with LIU. LIU now in the bonus. They'll shoot a 1-and-1.
And that one on Day Reeves there. He was on Davis, and Davis does a good job picking that ball up, getting his shoulder into Reeves, and creating the contact.
Malachi Davis, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in this matchup. 0 for 2 at the line. He makes his first, so now 1 for 3 at the line. Malachi Davis doing a little bit of everything, but not really a lot of anything. Davis good on the second. 11 points now after the 2 made free throws. 10:02 to go in this second half. 54-40. Rams still with a 14-point lead over the Sharks. Day Reeves getting guarded from 94 feet by A.J. Neal Jr. Gets across half court. Reeves, dribble handoff. Kira Jacobs. Jacobs to Schulte, left wing. Behind the three-point arc. Dribble handoff Green. Pass right next to him to Day Reeves. He'll take the three. No good from the left wing. A foul on the floor, on the glass. It'll be Roar Core picking up the foul. That one on Greg Gordon. They'll go back the other way for LIU. Fordham not really scoring the ball, at least at the abundance they were in the first half.
No, not in abundance like they were, but it looks like they're tightening up a little bit on that defensive end to kind of account for that too, Chris. You don't give up as many points. You don't have to push the ball as much. And this is kind of the style that Fordham likes to play. They don't want to run that fast-paced offense that LIU does. They want to kind of slow it down a little bit, make each team kind of find some open shots in the half-court offense.
Gordon. No good on that free throw. It'll be Rika Schulte under the basket to grab that one. And Green bringing it up across half court for Fordham. Day-Day Reeves has it deep on the left wing. Now guarded by Neal Jr. Neal Jr. taking a lot of the guarding responsibilities down the stretch. Day-Day Reeves gets the switch to Davis. Back to Neal. Right to left crossover on Neal. Finishing with the left hand in the lane. Day-Day Reeves crafty to get inside and physical inside. Strong to get to the rim.
Super strong finish. They are up into the chest of the defender. Gets the bucket to go. A fantastic finish there by Reeves.
And we're going to keep it here. Timeout in the Bronx, a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by LIU. And we're going to send it back to the sideline with Sophia Smith. Take it away, Sophia.
Well, they've had the lead all game. Coach Magpio told the team not to worry about the score and just play well right now. He wants to make sure the Sharks don't come crawling back, and he warned the Rams not to give number 33, Jamal Fuller, any breathing room. Fuller leads the Sharks in points tonight with 13, but is 0 for 2 on three-pointers. However, he leads the team this season with 6 threes on 10 attempts. Magpio wants to shut him down before he can get going, telling the team no threes from 33. The Rams are looking to sustain their offensive pressure and not let their foot off the gas to finish this one off strong.
Thank you, Sophia. We, of course, wonder with the motivations in a game like this, how they change, how they evolve as you get later in the game. You get farther and farther away from your opponent. Magpio really taking the opportunity of having full 5-on-5 basketball with the crowd in the uniforms, and he doesn't want to take advantage of that regardless of what the score is.
Yeah, it's something you always have to take advantage of when you can, Chris. Whenever you're able to play in a gym like this, a historic gym like this with fans all around, and a student section that was a little more packed earlier than it is now. Whenever you have the chance to go out and play in environments like that, you have to take advantage of that, give these fans something to root for, something positive to root for, and that's what Fordham has done so far today.
Yeah, and Brendan, as this season has gone along, the first couple weeks so far of this season, seems the crowds keep getting bigger and bigger. Obviously, the loss opening night against NJIT didn't help the morale for this team on campus, but then they've been very good since then. A loss to Iona and a really tough game on the road Friday, but it seems every home game since that NJIT game, from at least from a campus participation perspective, it's gotten a lot better.
And Chris, it's something I haven't seen since my freshman year 3 years ago, was when the Rose Hill, the thrill was in Rose Hill. You had the student section packed. Call me Dr. Seuss. You had the student section packed. You had the shirtless herd out there. But then over the past couple of years, it's kind of dwindled down. And now it seems this year, with how this team has been playing, how they've been winning early in the season, that it might take a step back up to what it was.
And getting back to the game, Brendan, LIU down 16 now, 56-40 over the Fordham Rams. LIU, for all intents and purposes, playing below their standard. There's a few stats that I think really accentuate the point. This LIU team 1 for 12 from the three-point line. Really hard to win any ball game, let alone when you're trailing in massively, if you're only going to shoot 1 for 12 from the three-point line. Another stat that really stuck out to me as well, 7 assists for this LIU team, 10 turnovers. More turnovers than assists for the Sharks. Between that stat and the lack of three-point shooting, going to be really hard for LIU to get back competitive in this game.
Yeah, and Chris, LIU isn't necessarily known for a team that goes out and shoots volume threes, but you know what? They shoot the second least amount of threes in the country, but at the 17th best percentage, almost 43% from beyond the arc. Obviously not the mark they're at tonight.
And it seems it's a big element of their game that it's just not there. They've even had decent looks. They've had decent chances. They just aren't seeming to go down. You can't get overly critical, can't get overly crazy about shots not falling. That's just kind of the name of the game sometimes.
It is. Sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't. And if they don't, it's a brutal night for you. If they do, then you're in heaven that night.
Top of the 3 arc, no good for Goings. Fordham going to have it offensively the other way. 9 minutes exactly on the second half clock. 56-40, Fordham lead. Reeves splitting defenders, kicking it out. Green, pump fake, drives inside. He gets it out to Reeves. His 3, no good. Fuller on the defensive glass. He'll push it the other way for LIU. Goings gets it on the outlet pass. Fakes in the corner, then drives. Back out to Fuller. Fuller to Malachi. Malachi Davis deep on the right wing. Dribble handoff Gordon. Gordon taking on Jacobs, driving inside and finishing. Gordon in the middle of the lane with the floater, finishing on heavy contact.
Yeah, really tough finish. Akira Jacobs has 5 inches on Greg Gordon, but Gordon does not fear that. He still goes up, goes into the body of Jacobs and gets it to go.
Fordham still the 14-point lead, 56-42, 8 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Nice lob pass inside by Akira Jacobs. His front court partner, Rika Schulte, finishes it off.
And Jomo Goings was crashing on Schulte on that play. Great job by him to get that ball out of his hands quickly.
Jacobs, good job guarding on the second chance. Greg Gordon driving inside, Jacobs denying him. Green on the other end in transition, his three is good. Marcus Green, right wing three in transition goes, and the Hawaii transfer has Fordham back out to a 19-point lead, 61-42, 7:40 to go in the second half. It's going to be a foul on the floor on the driving Fuller. It's going to be free throws for LIU once again. Fordham in the bonus.
Chris Schulte looked like a point guard on that play, finding Green out to the right. You had Akira Jacobs down past the defense, and a lot of people thought maybe that's where the ball was going to go, but he slips that one out to the right. Marcus Green with a catch and shoot transition three. This Fordham team, the shots are falling tonight, and they're looking good.
And as we just talked about before going into the break, shots are not falling for LIU. I think that'd be too simple of a way to talk about the discrepancy in this game. It's not that one team's shots are falling and one team's shots aren't. That's definitely a part of it, but the effort of this Fordham team, to me, has been the biggest difference between these two teams.
It's the effort, it's the closing out, it's the diving on loose balls, it's the offensive rebounding, the defensive rebounding, anything hustle related, you name it. Fordham is doing well in it tonight, and it's because of that, Chris. They're showing real grit tonight.
LIU has major competition coming up on their schedule. Their next game, it's not just a Power 5 team, Brendan. It's not just a top 25 team, Brendan. They come up against a number 10 team in the nation on Saturday, the 22nd, 2 p.m. at Illinois. The number 8 team in the country, Brad Underwood's boys, come up against Rod Strickland and his crew. LIU, a major obstacle in front of them on the schedule. They've had a few of those in their non-conference schedule. They've beaten James Madison, they've beaten Air Force, and they've lost to Notre Dame. Not an easy schedule for Rod Strickland's crew at a conference by any means.
And Chris, I think calling Illinois an obstacle is the nicest way to put it. Illinois is a very good team this year. Obviously, you mentioned it, number 8 team in the country. This LIU team is going to face some challenges. They are going to challenge themselves going into conference play, but you know what? Playing these teams outside of conference play, especially a team like Illinois, definitely will get you ready for when it's time.
LIU Sharks going to be heading over to Champaign, Illinois next weekend. The Fordham Rams back in action more than a week from today. That's going to be on the 28th, the Friday. It'll be a 5 p.m. start. That one in Montreal, Brendan. Me and Joe Henry taking the trip to Montreal. It'll be a 3-game series for the Rams as they take on Franklin Pierce University, University of Albany, and Colgate University. Should be a fun trip and a fun run of games for this Fordham Ram team, still trying to find their identity.
Yeah, it should be a fun tournament to kind of get yourself ready for conference play, get yourself ready for the season, going on the road to Montreal, to a whole other country to play these games. It's going to be a fun trip. It's going to be a big, not test, but kind of way to prepare for the season.
And this non-conference slate started, Brendan, for Fordham with a loss to NJIT. They were thought to maybe even run the table in the non-conference coming into preseason or only pick up a few losses. I think they've done a good job, Brendan, of taking the 2 losses they've had so far, not letting it get in their crawl space, not letting it affect them too much going down the rest of this non-conference schedule.
Yeah, you mentioned the loss to NJIT, and they've bounced back since. And then their other loss, a close game to Iona, a game in which Fordham was in it until the very end. So the 2 losses that they have still, losses that were close, were arguable, that they could have been wins, but doing a very good job in their out-of-conference play.
Jamal Fuller at the line for the 1-and-1, makes the first, so he'll stay at the line for 2. Now 4 for 4 from the line this evening. Fuller, a big guy, a real value to his game if he could stay consistent from the line. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist so far this evening. Good on that one as well. Now 5 for 5 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, great day from the line for Fuller. Leading the team in points right now as well.
Day Reeves having trouble getting it in. Eventually does in the backcourt to Louis Lesmond. Lesmond Guarded tightly by Goings. Lesmond using some fancy moves to get cross half court. He does. Gets it to Schulte, top of the arc. Fakes the dribble handoff to Day Reeves. Still holds on to his dribble. Eventually gets it to Reeves. Reeves resetting the offense. Going left around to Schulte screen. Top of the arc. Resets. Reeves, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Stops at the right elbow. Drives inside. No good on the layup. Faked it on the fadeaway, then drived inside with one step. Couldn't get the layup to go. Fantastic move.
It was a beautiful move by Day on that one.
Couldn't quite get the shot to go. LIU now working the other way offensively. Deep on the left wing. Neal getting in the left corner. Fuller driving inside through the middle of the paint. No good on the swirling shot around the rim. Marika Schulte will pick up the foul. His hand up as he, what do you call that? Takes blame for the foul.
Takes ownership.
Takes
for
ownership.
That one. There we
Takes
go.
ownership. Thank you, Brendan.
This
is why you're here.
I'm Mr. Vocab here, Chris.
Aura.
I gave them an aura shout earlier.
Fuller still leading the game with 15. He'll go to the line once again. Good on that free throw. Now 16 on the evening. 6:49 to go in this second half. 61-45 Rams lead. Fuller second at the line. Goes. Fuller now 7 for 7 from the line. 61-46, 15-point lead for Fordham. Reeves gets it in the backcourt, still guarded tightly by Neal. LIU still guarding 94 feet. Reeves getting across half court. Going right around two screens from Schulte and Jacobs. Now finds himself at the right wing, gives it to Schulte. Schulte looking for a pass. Eventually finds the dribble handoff. Lesmond, left wing. Lob pass inside to Schulte. Schulte touch pass to Jacobs. Jacobs back out to Reeves. Reeves at the free throw line. Step back shot. No good from the mid-range. Schulte working hard on the offensive glass. That ball thrown off of Schulte. Trying to keep that one. It ends up going off of Fuller, I believe, and it'll stay here with Fordham.
Schulte is really doing it all right now, Chris. Getting the ball at the top of the key, finding guys. A touch pass from down low. Goes in, crashes the glass, almost gets the offensive rebound.
Schulte, 9 points, 10 rebounds so far in this affair. Lesmond has it top of the arc. Alternating wings to Reeves. Reeves has it on the right wing. Guarded by the much bigger Fuller. He'll go left around to Jacob's screen. Picks up the smaller defender. Driving inside. Stops at the right block. Pump fakes and then puts up the shot. It goes. Day Reeves, good work getting inside, not being startled and finishing. And that pass goes inerrant. Christian Henry ends up picking it up, runs the other way. Fake pass leads to a shot, and it goes. Henry didn't seem like he had much control by the smile after the shot. I know he didn't have much control, but another bucket for Fordham nonetheless.
Very flashy look there from Henry. He wants to go back with this one, find a trailer. No one there, decides, I'll take it myself.
And a driving Goings from the right wing, no good on his layup, and Fordham will have it back offensively again. Now with a 19-point lead tonight, 65-46. Rams lead, exactly 5.5 to go on this second half.
And another rip through there by Henry in the backcourt. Gets the foul, is going to the line, but then he is having fun tonight. After that one, jogging up to the free throw line with a big smile on his face.
Henry now going to the line for two. Henry, 13 points in this one, 4 assists. His 7 assists in the Iona game, a big point of conversation with Coach Magpaio, talking about Henry as the facilitator for this unit. Day Reeves had to adjust to the point guard role this season. Christian Henry playing that role well, kind of lets Day do what he did last year and excel at what he excelled at last year.
Yeah, the beauty of having them both is you always have one of them off the ball, Chris. One of them to run around without the ball where the defense has to worry about where they are at all times.
Henry splits a pair at the line. Still, so a 20-point lead for the Rams. 5:20 to go in the second half. Fuller, crossover left to right, gets in the middle of the paint. No good on the shot. Schulte fights him on the glass, picks up the defensive rebound, and that'll go the other way toward Fordham. Foul on the floor by LIU.
And Chris, I know the shot didn't fall, but Fuller really showing off his handles there. He's not a small guy, a 6'5" guy. He's a combo guard forward. But at that time, matched up against Schulte, showing off the handles, working his way inside.
5:15 to go in this fourth quarter. 66-46, Rams lead. Schulte going to the line for two. As I said, Schulte 9 points, 12 rebounds this evening, 3 assists. Good on the first free throw, so now 2 of 3 from the line. Schulte continuing to impress in maroon. Talked to Magpie before the game. Obviously has had to take that center position. He thought he'd be playing the 4, has embodied a new role on this team and has excelled in that new role. Lane violation on the second shot leads to a no good call from the referees on the shot. Magpie wanted to challenge, and the referees won't let him.
No, they won't. And Chris, with that free throw, Schulte with the double-double now on the game.
Magpie hands in a shrug, still confused about how he can't challenge that one. Nonetheless, LIU on the other end offensively. Neal Jr. in the corner. Fuller pump fakes, spins baseline, and gets the shot to go. Fuller using the move to get to the rim. No one between him and the basket, and he finished.
Yeah, Fuller is not the ideal matchup for anyone defensively. Big enough to body your guard, small enough to outmaneuver your bigs. That time spinning and gets to the cup.
Henry guarded by the much bigger Lasu. Henry to Bodija, top of the key. Bodija facing up his defender, losing the ball. Picked up by Porter Brown. LIU in transition. Euro step around Henry, tried to bang on Lesmond. The dunk was no good, and almost a major highlight reel for the Sharks.
Almost a major highlight reel. Couldn't have been said more perfectly, Chris.
Henry going left around a Jacobs screen. Now finds himself alone at the right wing. Guarded by Lasu. Rotates wings. Now guarded by the even bigger Fuller. Pass to Lesmond left wing. His catch and shoot 3. No good off the backboard. It's going to go back the other way for LIU. Sharks trying to get some scores together. 4 minutes left on the second half clock. The stop and pop from Porter Brown. Good on the baseline. That one was on the right baseline. Stopping on a dime. Porter Brown getting that shot to go. Gets LIU back within 17. 67-50. 3:45 to go in the second half.
And Porter Brown's been really attacking Fordham, trying to get inside this half.
Pettis on the left wing. Guarded by the bigger Ansu. Stops at the free throw line. Looks behind him for a pass. Finds the cutting Lesmond. His reverse layup. No good. Rebound on the defensive glass from Goings. Goings takes it coast to coast. Has it on the perimeter. Gets it inside. On the right block to Fuller. Fuller faces up Jacobs. Passes it inside to the cutting Lasu. Lasu poked away before he can get the shot up. But a foul on the way up. And Lasu's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and a good foul there by Lesmond. Force him to earn his points at the line. Don't give him the easy layup down low.
It's going to be another timeout for these two teams. A media timeout. Our last media timeout of the second half. We're going to send it back to the Rose Hill Studios for another scoreboard update. Fordham lead 27-50 over the LIU Sharks. We're going to send it to Ari Prashad for the scoreboard update. Take it away, Ari. Chris Carino having the pleasure of being joined by Brendan Shorey. Brendan, 3:18 to go in the second half. Where are we at on the score?
Fordham sitting up 17, 67-50 right now, 3:18 to go.
One more time,
Chris. 67-50 for those of our listeners that like that.
Also, one of the largest leads for this Fordham team. This Fordham team has been hovering around 20, but no lack of dominance coming from this Fordham team down the stretch. It's seen by Fordham, but teams just around the country that when they have a big lead down the stretch of games, they'll let the other team get back in the game slowly but surely. Fordham has not done that.
No, they haven't, and you're sitting here up 17. You have to be careful with your possessions. You have to be very safe, very smart with each possession that you have.
It's going to be LIU's Shandrak Lasu at the line for 2. Lasu, 6 points, 8 rebounds so far this evening. All NEC rookie team last season, 5 points and 7 rebounds a game in his sophomore campaign. Lasu good on the first free throw. 16-point lead for the Rams, 67-51. 3:18 left to go in the second half. Lasu, 10 points versus IU Indy this season. That was a season high. 7 rebounds in that one was also a season high. He's got 8 so far tonight. That's a season high. Ansu no good on the second free throw, but a season high in the Rose Hill Gym on rebounds. He's got 8. Day Reeves now has it offensively for Fordham. The other way. Reeves going left around a Lesmond screen. Guarded at the top of the key by Porter Brown. Reeves now drifting to the right wing. Porter Brown guarding him tightly, pass to Jacobs on the left elbow, finding a cutting Lesmond. Lesmond at the rim, acrobatic finish with his right hand. Layup goes for Lesmond.
And that's great off-ball movement there from Lesmond. Sees Akira Jacobs down low, getting the double team in on him. Cuts, finds some open space, and gets the layup.
Lasu no good on his 3 on the other end for LIU. And Louis Lesmond, the Harvard transfer, making a smart play.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Harvard's Defensive Player of the Year last season, making an impact. Henry trying to fake right to go left, trying to fake left to go right. And that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be LIU ball. Henry shocked after the play.
Yeah, Henry was in disbelief now.
Doing a deep breath.
Breathing exercises on the court. Does not want to get too upset about that one.
Got a kick out of that one. 2:17 to go in the second half. 69-51. Rams lead the LIU Sharks. Goings working out of the left wing, moving himself to the top of the arc. Now giving it to Neal Jr. Neal Jr. in the right corner. Porter Brown's 3, no good, off backboard. Christian Henry on the defensive glass. 1:57 to go in the second half. Rams still with a 69-51 lead. Kira Jacobs receiving it on the dribble handoff on the left wing. Back to Henry. Henry working deep on the left wing. Now top of the arc in the middle of the Fordham script logo. To Day Reeves, deep on the left wing. Driving on Flynn. Poked away by Neal. Turnaround jumper, no good. Air ball for Day Reeves. Looked reminiscent of the shot that Joe Henry called around a week ago, but he doesn't get that one to go or hit rim. It'll go back to LIU.
Yeah, and Fordham forced into a tough look there. At this point in the game, you're just trying to drain that shot clock, drain as much clock as you can on each possession, and they do that, but at the end of that, it leaves you with a tough shot.
Neal now bringing it up for LIU, firing a pass inside. Goings is rejected at the rim. Schulte on the rejection, and Fordham has the loose ball. Henry stopping deep at the left wing, directing the rest of his offense. 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. Henry driving on the left wing, stopping, now backing down his defender. Backing down Neal, out to Lesmond. His 3, no good, bouncing off the rim. Rebound defensively by Porter Brown. Mason Porter Brown in the right corner. Goings trying to drive baseline. That one will be out of bounds, staying with Fordham.
Yeah, a very, very quick turnaround here, but you look at that defensive rebound from LIU. A couple players tripped up amongst themselves, all LIU players, and that ball almost goes out. Fordham gets ball back. Instead, you have LIU down on the other side shooting free throws.
51.2 on the game clock. Goings at the line. Good on his first. 6 points, 4 rebounds this evening. After the made free throw, 69-52, 17-point lead for the Rams. Going to have assistant coach of the Fordham Rams, Derek Phelps, joining us post-game immediately following this one. Former UNC Tar Heel. Second one goes for Goings as well. Derek Phelps, assistant coach for the Fordham Rams, one of the guys to make the closeout on Chris Webber in the Final Four against UNC. That was actually in the national championship, won UNC a national championship. Chris Webber picking up the technical foul, calling a timeout when he didn't have one. Christian Henry missing his layup offensively for the Rams, LIU moving the other way. Phelps, maybe the most iconic closeout in basketball history. Goings receives it on the backdoor pass. No good on his shot. No good on the putback from Lasu. No good on the putback from Goings. Multiple putbacks don't go for LIU, and the Fordham Rams going to walk this one, dribble this one out for the rest of the clock. 12 seconds and counting. Day Reeves going to dribble out the rest of the clock. Fordham Rams with a decisive and exciting 69-53 win over the LIU Sharks.
Yeah, and Chris, that last one looked like a beach ball at a beach party. Just constantly up in the air, and Fordham ends up taking this one by 16. A fantastic game from Fordham, a very efficient scoring game from Fordham.
Fordham very efficient, as Brendan said. The three-point shooting got less efficient as the game went on. Ended up only shooting 28% from the three-point line, but from the field, 27 for 60. That's good enough for 45% from the field, and that's good enough to win a lot of games for the Rams.
Yeah, it is, and even you look at that three-point percentage, if it wasn't the highest, but if it wasn't the most ideal, it was higher than it's been all season, and that's kind of the thing you've been looking for. Maybe just one or two falls, we can steal a couple of games.
We're going to wait for a few moments for Coach Derek Phelps to join us here along the sideline. Coach Magpaio walking right next to us. We'll catch up with him and his post-game presser. Fordham Rams winning this one. Not a lot of high point totals for the Fordham Rams. Ended up being Fuller of LIU, Jamal Fuller, leading a game-high 19 points in this one. The high for the Fordham Rams, Day Reeves with 16, and also Christian Henry with 14. 30 points combined for this backcourt. A fantastic night for the guards of the Fordham Rams.
Yeah, fantastic night for the entire backcourt. And Chris, those are the leaders on this team. The leaders on this team, and they played so well today, and it's kind of what you expect from them from this point forward.
And now we're joined by Coach Phelps. Coach Phelps joining us. Coach, a fantastic win, maybe your most decisive win against D1 competition so far this season. What about the game down the stretch let you guys hold your dominance?
I just think our guys was locked in. I think the biggest thing, I coached that team last year, so it was a game that we really be focused on and lock in, and I think down the stretch against a team, they're going to be really good in their conference. They picked first. They got basically the player of the year that's been picked for a conference, Malachi Davis. So
yeah,
going against a team like that's been doing pretty good, won 2 games on the road against really good teams. Out there, our guys came in, locked in, and did the job.
Yeah, that would have been my second question. You're the most familiar with this LIU unit. Not a lot of turnover. Obviously, Coach Strickland's still there. A few turnovers, but Malachi seemed to be the focal point for this team all season. Not as prevalent here tonight. Did you guys slow him down? Was it more of an off night? What was that?
I think the biggest thing, I say, anytime he has the ball, man, we got to make sure everybody's towards the ball. And any ball screen with him, we had to, blitz him.
Eyes on Malachi, I think.
Yes, make him get the ball out of his hand, make him take tough shots, and he'll make tough shots as well. But I knew we had a key on him for sure and make sure that, if he gets going, he's going to get his team going.
And, Coach, with this team throughout the first and second half, there seemed to be a different grit, a different energy with this team, whether it came from a hustling point of view or it came from a jumping on the ground point of view. It seemed Akira Jacobs was in the middle of all of that. He took a plunge on the defensive end, and he was on the ground fighting for a loose ball on this end. Can you talk about his hustle and how important he is for your guys' team?
I think Akira is great on the defensive end because he knows where to be in the right spot. I think that's like half the battle. And he's smart enough to know where to be. I think he got to be a little more tougher in certain instances and stuff like that. But overall, man, the hustle, and I think that energized the team. You got guys diving on the floor, going for loose balls, and that helps generate the team to get the bench going. And that helps us in overall of our offense too, going down to the offensive end.
And last one for you, Coach. It seemed to be one of your most efficient offensive performances of the season so far. Is that a buildup of weeks, of months, of arguably years of preparation? Is that all now coming to a head now, it seems?
I think the guys are just getting better each and every day. You can see the progress. It was a slow start for us, but I think guys starting to get to know each other even more and more, and they know these games are really it's going to count. And so, we got to really be locked in, and we've been having great practices. I think that when you got great practices, it transitions to games. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck on your trip to Montreal next week.
Appreciate it, fellas. Thank you.
Derek Phelps, assistant coach of the Fordham Rams, former UNC Tar Heel, as I said before, made arguably the most famous closeout in basketball history. We appreciate him and his time. And Brendan, a decisive victory for the Fordham Rams against D1 competition in a game that has to have this team energized going to the rest of their season.
Oh, yeah, you come into a game like this, you come in as 3.5-point favorites, and you waste, surpass that. You end up winning by 16 points. It's a fantastic win, a great job on both ends of the floor, and a win that is definitely going to give them energy going into the week and into their next game as well.
Fordham Rams win on this Thursday night in the Bronx, 69-53 over the traveling LIU Sharks. Fordham's back in action next Friday as they take a trip to Montreal, Quebec. They're going to be at the Place Bell Arena. They're going to play 3 games there next weekend. It's going to start on Friday, 5 p.m. with a game against Franklin Pierce University. You can hear that one here or on FM radio. For now, for us here at the Rose Hill studio, of course, me, Chris Carino, joined by my partner, Brendan Shorey, Sophia Smith on sideline as well. We're going to send it back to the Rose Hill studios for a post-game report from Alex Diaz and Ari Prashad. Take it away, guys.